I've discovered that there are three different habit styles. And today I'm going to give you a short introduction on those three: the builder's mortar, the painter's palette, and the chef's cookbook. Your habit style actually gives you a lot of insight into why certain things don't work for you in terms of habits, why it's so hard to make a habit stick. Welcome to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast, helping ambitious introverts who feel deep down that they can add more value to the world to really thrive in their work. I'm Mariela Franker, and I'll be sharing what I'm learning as an introverted entrepreneur, a natural productivity coach, and a mom while I build my business online and take care of my family and myself. In this podcast, you'll learn the mindset and the practical steps to naturally increase the impact of your work while making space for your unique strengths as an introvert. Hi, it's Mariela. Today's podcast episode is an introduction to habit styles. You've heard me talk about... Is there a bug in here? Oh my God. Shoot, go outside. Thank you. You've heard me talk about that I am making a shift, transitioning my coaching program from general productivity to habit building. And the reason why I did that is as I was working with introverts around productivity and questions that they had related to low energy, I noticed that a common thread throughout was linked to their habits and how they kind of moved through their day. I started noticing that people have different styles when it comes to their habits and the way that they build habits. So I've discovered that there are three different habit styles. And today I'm going to give you a short introduction on those three: the builder's mortar, the painter's palette, and the chef's cookbook. Your habit style actually gives you a lot of insight into why certain things don't work for you in terms of habits, why it's so hard to make a habit stick. A lot of us, we have like that 2-week mark, right? We can push ourselves for 2 weeks to do this thing, but then, it's really hard to make the habit stick after 2 weeks. A lot of the time, it's not a reflection of that you're not disciplined enough or not motivated enough. Oftentimes, it's much more to do with that you haven't found the right thing yet. That motivates you, and that is a match for your natural style. So I've discovered there are three different habit styles. The first one I call the builder's mortar. So if you know what I'm talking about, an image probably immediately comes up in your mind. If you imagine a brick wall, builder's mortar is the cement that in between the bricks that's holding it all together. People with the builder's mortar style, they really thrive on structure. They thrive on having a predictable rhythm throughout their day or their week. It needs to be structured in a way. So for a person like that, having a set morning routine can be very, very powerful because it helps them get into that structured rhythm, which then sets them up to do other things because they're already in productive flow. But this is not true for everyone, because there are other styles. Another style that I've discovered is the painter's palette. So the painter's palette, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's like this wooden board, or it can be any material, it can be wood, plastic, even cardboard, whatever works. But it's basically this plate that you put different color paints on. Painters and artists use those. And you can mix the colors and you can add different colors and stuff like that. So the painter's palette habit style is one that thrives on play. So these are people that really enjoy having that element of play throughout their day, that element of spontaneity, and just being able to go where their interest takes them in the moment. Now, you can imagine this is a completely different style. Something like a set morning routine or structuring your day can drive you crazy, can absolutely feel horrible. And words that people have used to describe that to me is, someone said literally the image of a jail cell appeared in her mind that was stifling her creativity. Other people said the feeling of dread and feeling trapped, not being able to express their creativity. And the third habit style is one that's kind of a mix of the two. I call that one the chef's cookbook. It's a cookbook that has different recipes in there. But as you are the chef, you are able to choose your recipe and adapt it, if need be, to create a new dish. So people with the style of the chef's cookbook are people who are naturally good at organizing things. They're usually the people who are the ones organizing the parties, or they're the ones organizing family outings and organizing things in the home. So they do this all the time without even realizing it. But it does take considerable effort, right? It's not like it happens by itself. But because they're so good at it, it's not always immediately apparent that it takes so much effort, and also not apparent to other people. And the a pitfall for a person with this style is that they think, in order to be more effective or more productive, I need to organize more things, or I need to organize them better. Whereas for their style, they are actually a mix, so they lean towards being more structured. But their style is a mix of organization and playfulness. And often it's the element of playfulness that is missing for them. And that when they bring more of that into their lives, it is much easier for them to also feel more energized with the things that they do. I saw a post on LinkedIn, I think it was a while back, and I don't remember who posted it, and I couldn't find it. Am I the only one? Sometimes I see something online and I'm like, oh, I want to save it, and then it just disappears into this wilderness of... Anyway, I couldn't find the post again, but remembering what it was about, it made me laugh pretty hard. This person, she posted about her morning routine, and the post started out with, I get up at 5 a.m. and I do a HIIT workout, and then I do 20 minutes of yoga, and then I go for a brisk walk. I do some journaling, and after my journaling, I have a healthy breakfast with my family, and I then start with my to-do list for that day, and blah, 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 blah. So it was this really utopian image of that morning routine. And then halfway through the post, she basically says, yeah, that never happens. That's not me. We are waking up. My kids are screaming. The house is a mess. I am happy if I get to brush my teeth before 8 a.m. And my life is just chaos right now. And I laughed so hard, because how recognizable is that, right? I know I talk a lot about rhythms and making time for reflection, thinking about the most important things that you want to get done that day. And when I saw this post, I had to laugh, because that utopian image is something that even I have in my head, right? That's kind of how I would like to start my mornings. Most mornings are not fully smooth, right? Especially if you have a lot of things going on, if you have a family, or just, it can be chaotic in our heads. For a while, there was this buzz around morning routines and getting up at 5 a.m. For me, it felt like everyone was kind of advocating for that 5 a.m. wake up. Just get up earlier. If you get up early, you'll be awake for longer than other people, so you'll get more done than other people, which means that you're doing well, basically, was the bottom line. I don't think I agree with that, for two reasons. One is, just because you get up earlier doesn't mean that you get more done. If you're exhausted, getting up earlier is not gonna help you to get more done. It's just gonna help you to be exhausted for longer, basically. Full disclosure, I am a morning person. Okay, not everyone is a morning person. I believe that it's more effective to look at when your peak is and to build habits and systems around that, because that will allow you to naturally be more effective. And when I say morning routine, everybody immediately knows what I mean with that. But everywhere where I say morning routine, you can replace that with, I don't know, wake up routine or pre-work routine. I don't know what you want to call it. Whatever you need to get into productive flow in order to be your best self. That's it. And the second reason is the way it was phrased, at least the things that I was seeing, and I'm pretty sure that that is not like a general thing. I'm sure that there are a lot of people who did not do that, but most of the things that I was seeing, it was always a comparison, Get up earlier than other people. Do things that other people won't do in order to be better than other people. Inherently, I don't believe in that. That sense of, we are competing at life or something. The morning routine that's not a goal in itself. It's no one's goal to have a perfect morning routine. We do that because it gives us something. It gives us peace of mind, or it improves the way that you experience your day-to-day life, because that's really what it's all about, right? That's what we're after. For someone with the painter's palette style, it's not necessarily useful to aim for that structured morning routine. So when you know your habit style, it's easier to think about the thing that it actually brings you, that this habit that you want to introduce into your life, what does it bring you? As opposed to getting overly focused on the habit itself. So these three styles, the builder's mortar, the painter's palette, and the chef's cookbook, I have developed a very simple 3-question interview, almost like a quiz, to reveal which style you have. So right now I'm doing that in one-to-one calls. And potentially down the line, I will turn this into a quiz that will be freely available on my website. Right now, I'm doing that one-to-one because I'm also learning how to turn this into a quiz. Like when I talk with someone, I can ask some more questions, right? On a quiz, you can't really do that. You need to be confident in the answer that the person gives you, that you can give them the right assessment. So I'm working on that behind the scenes, and this may change. Like I said, all of these things are explorations and work in progress. So I may change my mind about this. But right now, I think this could potentially work really well as a quiz. Your habit style gives you clues as to how to approach new habits that you're building, or how to approach projects even. If you want to know what your habit style is, then schedule a call with me. I'm still doing free habit style reveals in a 30-minute one-to-one call. And you walk away with a 1-page summary of your habit style that gives you a framework for your personal habit building process. To stop feeling like you're forcing yourself to do things and to make it easy instead. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and let's talk again next week. Thank you for hanging out with me today, and let's talk again next week. Thank you for listening to the Productive Introvert Community Podcast. If you're an introverted entrepreneur and you're ready to thrive in your own way, then connect with me on thefrankermessage.com/contact.